Community engagement to me is RPD officers being fully embedded in the community. And by embedded, I mean that every officer is what I call a neighborhood officer. When they're going on calls for service, after they go on a call for service, they're just checking in with the neighborhood, checking in with different members of the community to see how they're doing. It is also having the conversations, those hard conversations with our community leaders about what we're seeing particularly in our underserved communities or in our communities of color. I mean, we have seen in history that there is over-policing in certain parts of our community. And over-policing really for me is defined as enforcement actions, always stopping somebody, stop and frisk, police officer indicating, you look like a suspect, that kind of thing. I think we have to get away from that. As it relates to the schools, I think that officers in schools or around schools is so important. I know there's been a conversation on whether we should have SROs in schools. I think it's critical because that presence of the officer allows the students to humanize the officer, but also to provide information about what is happening. It is key that the community feels comfortable speaking to police officers about what is happening in their community rather than taking an approach of us against them kind of thing. I think that if people know who I am and they see me, that's the first step in transparency. I believe that our directives should be public information so that the public knows exactly our policies and our procedures. One third way that I feel that we can be transparent is by ensuring that our body-worn camera footage is released as soon as we can release it. We have to go through court mandates for that, but I would be in favor of any legislation that would allow that footage to be released sooner, that the chief of police would have that authority to release that video sooner than having to go through the court process. So I believe that all lives matter. And I know that individuals try to kind of paint you into a corner to say a particular life matter. And I want to make sure that as your chief, that I am addressing all aspects of our community, our Latinx community, our Asian community, our LGBTQ community, our Black community, our Caucasian, our complete community. I won't single out just particular communities, but I want to make sure that I'm inclusive of all communities. Not just our police officers, but our personnel at RPD need to feel appreciated. They need to know as their chief I support them and that I back them and that when they do things properly, right, within the law, that I'm supporting them completely. That is huge. But aside from that, the biggest thing is right now is we have to hire. We have to get more police officers. And I want to make it clear that hiring more police officers doesn't mean that we're enforcing more. It's, again, the presence of our officers being out in the field, being out in the community. Morale really starts to suffer when officers are working around the clock, long shifts, overtime, then they have to go to court, they have to go to training. That really starts to wear. It is so important to me. If we're going to build morale, we have to hire because we are dealing with so much trauma in our community, mental health crises and that kind of thing. We have to make sure that our personnel are trained and prepared to deal with that. Being trauma-informed is not just to those that we deal with in the community, but also internally. Vicarious trauma, PTSD, those kinds of things are really real and they affect our employees as well. So I want to make sure that we have the resources to adequately address that. I want the public to know the officers are here to serve them. This police department is here to serve them. And as their chief, I'm going to make sure that we're doing that. But if there are things that they are seeing and they're wanting to see more of from us, that my door is open. I want to hear from them. I want them to feel that they can reach out to me and talk to me about those things.